Let's have fun with dies today, and I'm using the Spellbinders new club kit. This is the large die kit, and it gives you dies that you can create a big mailbox where it has a slit to add inside a letter and lots of flowers. You will see how beautiful it makes the card to look. So I'm going to start by cutting out all the elements, and for my mailbox today I want to go with a red one. I'm using the Crimson Cardstock by Spellbinders, and I'm going to cut out many of the parts. And although I usually go with red for my mailboxes, did you know that the Greek mailboxes are yellow? I'm going to put a photo here, and you can see that we also have Hermes on top, just because he is the messenger god in Greek mythology. Anyway, that was the fun fact for today. So, by the magic of video editing, I have cut out all the pieces that I need. For the mailbox, all the parts are red, and I'm going for tone-on-tone look. Now I'm inking up just a little bit of the flowers. I cut them out from white cardstock. For the leaves and the stems, I went with green cardstock, but I'm going to ink up just a little bit at the base of the stem, a little bit of the leaves, with a darker shade of green. This is dye ink, just to make them look more realistic. Now I am going to put everything together for my flower. And at this stage I don't know how many of these flowers I'm going to need to embellish my card at the end, but you will see that I'm going to finally bring one more exactly the same, and another one identical. So I'm going to put that aside. Now let's put together the letter. You can definitely leave it as it is. You can ink it up if you want. I wanted to let it as it is without inking at all. After all, it's going to stand out nicely against the red mailbox. And then there are those dies that help you put together the tiniest wax seal. So I cut out the two pieces out of cardstock, and then there is a tiny little heart that you can place inside, and for that I went with gold cardstock. Hopefully you can see the shine. Really lovely piece. Now let's put together the mailbox. You can definitely omit some of those pieces. You don't have to embellish it fully, but if you add all the elements, it's going to give a really interesting look on your mailbox with all the lovely designs, plus it gives you dimension. So for all those pieces to stand out against each other, just because they are of the same color, I'm inking up the edges just a little bit with a darker shade of red, and I'm using Burgundy dye ink here from my own collection. Now for the keyhole, there are two parts that you can put together, and there are also indentations on the cutout piece, so you know exactly where you are supposed to stick everything down. I also cut out a golden key, but you will see that at the end I didn't know where exactly to place it in my composition, so I'm going to leave it aside. Now I'm finishing up, inking up all the edges for all the pieces, and now I'm going to show you how easy it is to put this lovely mailbox together. So first of all, let's start with the top part. At the back, I'm using a thin strip of foam tape just because I want dimension, and then let's peel that off, and you're supposed to slide it at the top notch. Then you will find that those big notches where you add the letter inside are going to align lovely together, and you end up having some dimension at the bottom where that lovely design is. Now I am going to stick the rest of the pieces, and you will find also some indentations or where exactly you are supposed to stick them down. There are different options for this part. You can either go with letter, or you can go with hello. I went with letters, and then let's put down the last piece to complete our mailbox. And I was debating a lot whether I want to go with a vintage look and feel for the background, where I could use craft cardstock or something brown, but I decided to go with plain white just because it's going to match lovely with the letter that I have, and at the same time it's going to keep the design clean somehow, so that the beautiful mailbox is going to really stand out. And you can see here I'm adding the flowers. I did create an identical one so that I have two of those branches, and even to make it look fuller I cut out some extra leaves just to stick them here and there. Now this is completely optional. You know that I absolutely love splatters, so sometimes I cannot stay away from them. It looked too clean for me, so I just had to add the tiniest little white splattering just to make it look more interesting. So that was the project for today. I'm absolutely in love with this mailbox and I'm not going to add any sentiment on top. I think we can say whatever we need on the inside. This makes the card really versatile. So I hope that you had fun, that you got inspired. Links to everything I used are down below in the description. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you all next time.